everybody. Today I am going to discuss about tannins, which is one of the secondary metabolites produced by the plant, and these tannins are coming under pharmacognosy and phytochemistry 2 in Unit 2 of B Pharm 5th semester according to the Pharmacy Council of India syllabus. About the tannins, tannins are nothing but the complex organic non-nitrogenous plant products which generally have astringent properties. Non-nitrogenous means the no nitrogen is there. Recent definition says tannins are phenolic natural products that precipitate proteins from their aqueous solutions. These are nothing but the phenolic products. Tannins are one of the most widely occurring group of natural substances in different families of higher plants coming under family Rosaceae, Geraniaceae, Leguminosae, Combretaceae, Rubiaceae, Polygonaceae, Thiaceae, etc. So these are tannins are nothing but the widely occurring group of natural substances. They are coming under secondary metabolites. These secondary metabolites are present in either solution form in the cell shape or in some distinct vacuoles. They have been known since long time as the astringent substances having the capacity to combine with tissue proteins and precipitate them. These are nothing but the astringent substances present in this form of solution form in the cell shape or in some distinct vacuoles. They are available in the solution form. They are due to the astringent property. They are therefore used in medicines for allied purpose as mild antiseptics in the treatment of diarrhea and to check small hemorrhage. The commercial use is there also. Commercially, they are extensively used in leather industry. The skins of animals are treated with tannins to prevent putrefaction, because whenever the skins of animals are kept for a long time, putrefaction generally occurs. So in order to prevent this putrefaction, the skins of animals are kept with dipped in tannin solutions. Chemically, they contain the mixture of complex organic substances, because previously I have told you that these are nothing but phenolic compounds, phenolic natural compounds. So they contain the mixture of complex organic substances in which polyphenols are present. Polyphenols are present in the form of generally with orthodihydroxy or orthotrihydroxy groups on a phenyl ring. Normally, they have fairly high molecular weight, and unlike alkaloids, they are devoid of nitrogen, because previously in the definition of tannins, uh, I have seen or we have seen that they do not contain nitrogen, non-nitrogenous substance. So tannins form colloidal solutions with water and are non-crystalline substances. Non-crystalline substances, and they form colloidal solutions with water, because it is not fully soluble in water, but they form colloidal solutions with water. In solution, they show acidic reaction due to phenols, because this is nothing but the, you see, organic substance in which polyphenols are there. Due to phenol, they are soluble in water, glycerin, dilute alkalis, but practically insoluble in organic solvents except acetone. Some chemical reactions are there. Solutions of tannin precipitates gelatin and alkaloids. They are precipitated by salts of copper, tin and lead. precipitated by strong potassium dichromate solution and chromic acid solution. They show color reactions with iron salts. Ferric chloride gives bluish black or brownish green color, because here you see either they give bluish black color or brownish green color. Potassium ferricyanide with ammonia solution gives a deep red color. These are the some color reactions. Tannins are precipitated by 2% solutions of phenazone. Again, the tannin solution being prepared with sodium acid phosphate. Generally, the tannin solution are prepared with sodium acid phosphate. If we see the classification, they are generally broadly classified into two groups, and sometimes they are also third group is also there, that is called pseudotannins. So the tannins are broadly classified into two groups based on their complexity of their chemical nature. Based on complexity of their chemical nature and according to their behavior on dry distillation. Number one is hydrolyzable tannins. Hydrolyzable tannins means it is hydrolyzed. They are hydrolyzed by any means, by acid or enzymes. So, hydrolyzable tannins, as the name indicates, these tannins are hydrolyzed by acids or enzymes quickly, and the products of hydrolysis are gallic acid or ellagic acid. This is the structure of gallic acid or ellagic acid. On dry distillation, gallic acid and other components get converted to pyrogalol. You see, examples are there: gallotannin in nut gall, rhubarb, myrobalan, clove, chestnut. With ferric chloride solution, they produce blue color. These hydrolyzable tannins. Then second one is non-hydrolyzable or condensed tannins. These tannins are also known as phlobotannins or proanthocyanidins. Non-hydrolyzable means the name indicates that it is not hydrolyzed by either acid or enzymes, and that is why they are much resistant to hydrolysis. They are related to flavonoid pigments because they are formed via derivatives of flavones like catechin or flavonthriol or flavon-3,4-diols. Unlike hydrolyzable tannins, on treatment with enzymes or mineral acids, they are polymerized. Means they are not hydrolyzed by either acid or enzymes, but they are polymerized or decomposed into red colored substance called flavafins, which are insoluble in water and indicate the typical brownish red color of many plants and drugs. On dry distillation, they yield catechol. Previously, I have told you that they also differ, or they, according to their behavior on dry distillation, they are divisible into two broad groups. On dry distillation, they yield catechol, this non-hydrolyzable tannins. Third one is, it is not taken as account because in the classification they are mainly broadly classified into two broad groups. Number one is hydrolyzable tannins and second one is non-hydrolyzable tannins. Third one is pseudotannins. These may be treated as subgroups because they do not respond Gallbladder skin test. One is Gallbladder skin test is there in the chemical reaction or in the identification test. We will see later on. These are the simple phenolic compounds of low molecular weight. This is the difference that previously we have seen that tannins are having fairly high molecular weight, but these pseudotannins are the compounds, although they are phenolic compounds of low molecular weight, as for example chlorogenic acid in coffee and Nux vomica, ipecacuanic acid in ipecacuana, catechins in cocoa. Then we will discuss about the extraction and isolation of tannins from plants. Both hydrolyzable and non-hydrolyzable tannins are highly water soluble or soluble in water and alcohol, but insoluble in organic solvents like solvent ether, chloroform and benzene. So depending upon the source of tannins, various methods are used for extractions. And since various methods are used, so naturally some common solvents are also used for this extraction. Common solvents like methyl alcohol, hot water, acetone, ethyl acetate are the common solvents used for extraction. We have seen earlier that since the natural drugs they always contain some chlorophyll because they are the pigments. If the drug is having chlorophyll, or because you know that without chlorophyll, this is the green pigment of the plant present in plant body in order to carry out the photosynthesis process. So if the drug is having chlorophyll or any other pigment, it may be removed by petroleum ether, because whenever in the general process, whenever extraction is being done in order to isolate some compounds, first of all we do or we take highly nonpolar solvents like petroleum ether in order to make the extract free from any pigments or such as chlorophyll. After extraction, the aqueous and ethereal layers are separately, because aqueous and ethereal layers here, petroleum ether, since it is taken or as a solvent, petroleum ether highly nonpolar. So after extraction, the aqueous and ethereal layers are separately concentrated, dried under vacuum and subjected to further isolation and purification by using various techniques of chromatography. This is the general method or initial process in order to make the extract free from chlorophyll, because whenever these chlorophylls are present as a pigment, they will interfere with the other substances which are generally present in the other components present in the plant extract, and our aim is to separate, because we do extraction process and isolate the tannin portion. So that is why there is a chance of interference of these pigments. Some chemical tests are there in order to identify the presence of these are the nothing but the qualitative test in order to uh, identify the tannins present in an extract. Number one, they show color reactions with iron salts. Perchloride gives bluish black color due to if perchloride gives bluish black color, then we are confirmed that it contains hydrolyzable tannins, or brownish green color if they give, they are the contents or they are the presence of non-hydrolyzable tannins. Number two, with potassium ferricyanide and ammonia gives deep red color. Third one is phenazone test. Here phenazone solution is required in order to perform this test. To 5 ml of aqueous solution of tannin, here you see 5 ml of aqueous solution of tannin. Whenever tannin is previously separated or isolated from an extract. So 5 ml aqueous solution is prepared, and this 5 ml of aqueous solution of tannin is taken containing drug and 0.5 gram of sodium acid phosphate. Warm the solution, cool and filter. Add 2% phenazen solution to the filtrate. All tannins are present. They are precipitated as bulky colored precipitate. Next one is gelatin test. To a 1% gelatin solution, add little 10% of sodium chloride. If a 1% solution of tannin is added to the gelatin solution, tannins cause the precipitation of gelatin from solution. Earlier, we have seen that in the general property, in chemical test, we have seen that tannins causes precipitation of gelatin. This is the gelatin test, that is why. Number 5, gold beater skin test. So first of all, we should know what is gold beater skin. Gold beater skin is a membrane which is produced from the intestine of ox and which is tanned fresh skin. Untanned, which is untanned, means here it is no tanning process is being performed, it is untanned. A piece of gold beater skin previously soaked in 2% hydrochloric acid, washed with distilled water, placed in a solution in the solution of tannin for 5 minutes. So previously this tannin solution is being prepared and this gold beater skin previously prepared, that is to be placed in solution of tannin for 5 minutes. It is then washed with distilled water and transferred to 1% ferrous sulfate solution. A change of the color of gold beater skin to brown or black. You see, untanned solution is there. It is of no color. But when the process is being carried out, change of the color of gold beater skin to brown or black indicates the presence of tannin. Hydrolyzable and condensed tannins. This is condensed means non-hydrolyzable tannins. Both hydrolyzable and condensed tannins both gives the positive gold beater skin test, while pseudo tannins show very little color or negative. So generally we have seen that gold beater skin test is always positive in hydrolyzable and non-hydrolyzable tannin case. Then we will see various uses of tannins. Tannins are medicinally significant due to their astringent properties. This is the main. So many other uses are there, but main use since the time immemorial, human beings use tannins for their astringent property. Number 1, this promotes rapid healing and the formation of new tissues on wounds and inflamed mucosa. It has the rapid healing properties. Number 2, these are used in the treatment of various ulcers, hemorrhoids and minor burns. Number 3, internally they are administered in case of diarrhea and heavy metal poisoning as an antidote. In case of diarrhea, because in case of diarrhea and dysentery, you will see that the intestinal mucosa is being affected by continuous or frequent passing of stools. So in that case, these tannin solutions are being used, or they are helpful in case of diarrhea and heavy metal poisoning as an antidote. In recent years, these compounds have demonstrated their antiviral activities in various diseases including AIDS. So sometimes or in some way they will helpful for treating antiviral activities which are going on inside the body due to AIDS. Commercially, tannins are used as mordant in dyeing, manufacture of ink, sizing paper and silk, and for printing fabrics. They are widely used in leather industries for tanning. And number 6, they are also used for clarifying water or wine. Number 7, in photography or as a colorant in rubber manufacture. Number 8, they are used for the manufacture of gallic acid and pyrogalol, and sometimes as a reagent in analytical chemistry. So you will see, or you will consider that it is nothing but a precursor for the manufacture of gallic acid and pyrogalol. So this is all about tannins. Thank you very much for patiently watching this video. In my next video, I will discuss about the drugs coming under tannins like catechu and pterocarpus. Thank you all.